After we had walked through the initial configuration dialog, we are now going to master in navigating through command line interface. Mastering the navigation of three different CLI modes, which are user mode, privilege mode, and global configuration mode. In the global configuration mode, there are different specific configuration modes such as interface, where you can configure the IP address, bandwidth, speed, and among other things to flex. Router configuration mode, where you can configure what type of router your routing protocol you will be using, just like EIGRP or the OSPF access list, and the line configuration mode. User mode is the mode you're first placed into after entering your authentication information, BTY or line password. Do note that entering the password on Cisco device, you will not see the password type out. It's intentionally done by Cisco to prevent people from looking over your shoulders. Let's try to log in to R1 network PH Cisco. Like so. At any point in the CLI, you can use the question mark to get a context mode sensitive help list of available commands to execute from your current privilege level. So we type question mark. In the user mode, you are limited with commands mostly with diagnostics. Okay, these are the available commands. Connect, use just like an opening to a terminal connections like telnet, disable, turning off the privilege command, disconnect. You want to disconnect an existing network connection. Enable turns on privilege command and or elevate you from user mode to privilege mode. Exit, of course, it will exit you out just like out. Ping, uh, you want to send echo messages, and resume if you want to resume an active network connection. Show is used to show running system informations. SSH, telnet, terminal, and then trace route. Right here on the other router 0, we'll just show you some of the commands like connect. We'll try to connect from router 0 to R1, which is 192.168.1.2. Yes, Cisco, I think this is Cisco BTY. No, 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 I think so. Like exit or log out. We try log out. Okay, so we log out from the connections. Another is enable. Okay, we will try that later. Resume SSH. I think you have to configure first the SSH client or the SSH server. I don't know. We have this one. Okay. Terminal C or the terminal history size. Oops. Okay, it's the buffer, just like the size of the buffer, terminal buffer, and then the trace route, 68.1.2. Okay, oh, that's my IP. Oh. Now, to enter in the privilege mode, use enable commands, and you're given the ability to configure the device and execute management commands. If you have an enabled password or enable secret configured, then you'll be prompted to provide such authentication information to elevate your privilege. Oh, so what's this? Cisco. Okay, this one. Cisco secret. Yes, and in the privilege mode, you have the diagnostic commands, just like in the user mode, and some other management commands. Okay, let's see. Okay, first, these are the available commands: auto, clear, clock. That's the clock. Configure if you want to enter to global configuration mode. Connect, just like the terminal connection. Copy. You can copy a file like copy running to start up and debug some debugging functions. Delete if you want to delete a file. Directory, you want to check the directory file systems. Disable if you want to exit from privilege to user. Disconnect if you want to disconnect an existing network connection. Enable, exit, log out. If you want to create a new directory, mkdir. More if you want to show more files. No if you want to negate or disable debugging informations. Ping, just like in the reload. If you want to reset if you want to do some cold start reset, resume, just like in the user mode. If you want to remove some existing directory, send if you want to send a message to other TTY lines. This is used during, or this is used when you have an access server. Setup if you want to go to the initial configuration command. Show is used to show the running system information. SSH is telnet, terminal, and yes, we know that. Trace route, undebug. VLAN if you want to configure the VLAN parameters. And then write if you want to write running config to the memory. You can just use the WR if you want, so it's like that. Okay, let's try some commands like clock. Okay, set, let's use set. Okay, that's RMMSS current time, 12 15 00. What else? Month, June 1. There. Oops. Okay, 2019. Let's show clock. No, it's UTC, June 1, 2019. MKDR, say net worker. Yes. So how do we show deal? Escape. Show flash. See, we now have the file number 4, networker. Now we try to erase. So erase what? RM dear networker. Delete here. So now we have to show flash. Enter. See, it's already deleted. Okay, another some SSH, we were using that. Now we're now going to enter from privilege to global configuration mode. To enter to the global configuration mode, we have to configure terminal. In global configuration modes, it's denoted by the hostname, config, and the number sign. In the global configuration mode, these are the available commands, which are AAA for authentication, authorization, and accounting. Access list, banner if you want to define a login banner. BBA group. BBA group which is used in the PPPoE, I think so. Boot if you want to modify some the boot parameters. CDP is the Cisco Discovery Protocol if you want to enable it. Class map is when you want to configure a class map. Clock, of course, you can configure a clock just like we did in the privilege mode. Config register if you want to define a configuration register. Crypto if you want to create an encryption module. This is used in creating a encryption method in SSH. Default if you want to set in the factory mode. Do if you want to run exec privilege commands in the configure mode like do show. That 11 is the IE 802.11 config commands. Enable if you want to modify the enable passwords. Exit is used to exit to your previous mode, while end is exiting you from the global specific configuration mode to privilege mode. flow if you want to go global flow configurations of commands. Hostname if you want to set the hostname of the device. Interface if you want to configure the interface, just like IP. Speed, bandwidth. IP is your IP configurations of commands, IP basics. Keys if you want to create a key management. License, configure the license. Line, LLDB. Login, MAC address table. No if you want to negate a command or set it to the defaults. NTP is the network time protocol. If you want to sync your device to your NTP server, parser, policy map, port channel. If you want to configure the Ethernet channel or the link aggregations, priority list, privilege, queue list, register server, router. If you want to configure your router protocols such as EIGRP, OSPF, and many other things. Security service, network-based services, SNMP server. If you want to modify your SNMP engine parameters, spanning tree, TACAC server, security, infra security CLI service, SNMP server, username. If you want to create establish username authentication, BPDN, which is private dial-up networks, and the PVDN group. Okay, we'll try some basic commands like interface, G, gigabit Ethernet 0 and here we can do some the mostly used commands, which are the bandwidth, CDP, channel group, uh, the description, duplex, of course exit if you want to exit the interface, IP if you want to configure the IP address just like IPv also with IPv6, MTU, uh, of course PPPoE, or no if you want to negate or set it to the default, PPPoE. Of course, shutdown by default, every port or every interface by default is in shutdown mode, so you need to type no shutdown to turn on the interface. Speed, standby when you have when you are using the port for HSRP. HSRP is the hot standby routing protocol. So that's the exit commands. So I will have so if you want to check the difference between exit and end, if you enter end, if you exit you from any specific mode, from global configuration mode to privilege mode. Yes. So that's it for the CLI navigations. Thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.